Hello everyone, my name is Rachael. I'm currently working as an English teacher. So today I would like to share with you the topic, sharing a small action but creates significant impacts. So when I reflect on my own journey, I realized that I wouldn't be here today without the acts of sharing from others. I was so fortunate to receive support, not only for my studies and career development, but also for my personal growth. During my second year in college, I realized that I had chosen the wrong major. I got stuck and was on the verge of dropping out. It was my teachers who helped me get back on track and complete my degree. Their unwavering support taught me the importance of perseverance and of seeking for help when needed. In August 2022, I decided to quit my job as a customer service representative in Malaysia to go back to Vietnam and pursue a career in teaching English. I didn't know where to begin or what my style should be like. But thankfully, the experienced teachers helped me a lot. They shared with me their techniques and experiences. Some even observed how I taught and gave me constructive feedback. Thanks to them, I eventually defined my own style and get along well with the new role. One of my biggest dream was to travel the world abroad. But at the same time, I didn't have that courage to step out of my comfort zone. So I sought for advice from travel enthusiasts whose courage and adventures of discovering the world were so amazing that I decided to take the leap and embark on my own journey at the age of 19. My mother has wholeheartedly given me everything she has. She's the kind of person who would save her breakfast to pay for my school fees, who would work harder to buy my favorite dress. And if she had only one penny in her pocket, she would happily give it all to me. Her love and sacrifice taught me that, love can work wonders. And by sharing love, we can make ourselves and our loved ones happy. So I realized that we are living in a cooperative society and we wouldn't make it here as we are today without the acts of sharing from others. So, what can we share? There are 3 things that we can share: what we know, what we have, and what we can do. So, first, what we know. What we know could mean, sharing our expertise in a particular field or our personal experiences and insights that may help someone else. Acknowledging that the act of sharing has changed my life significantly, I always try to give it back whenever I can. After my graduation, I went to Malaysia to start my first job. Back then, it was so challenging. It was during the outburst of COVID-19. I didn't know anyone there. I didn't have any savings. And I needed to start everything on my own. After a few months, I could eventually settle down, and I understood how difficult it was for a beginner to start everything from scratch like me. So I decided to share my own stories, share about my work and my life on my personal network. After listening to the stories, many people realized that working in Malaysia isn't as scary as they imagined, but in fact, it's a life-changing experience. So I spent days and nights answering messages from hundreds of people who wanted to apply for jobs there. And surprisingly, my sharing has helped over 80 people secure a job in Malaysia. It's a great feeling to know that I have helped someone to find employment and also change their lives in a significant way. As an English teacher, I have always tried to share my own journey of learning English to my students, hoping that can motivate them to continue with their own paths. Usually after every lesson I take, I will reflect on my lessons. Okay, what can I do better? How can I improve the approaches of teaching so that my students can learn more effectively? I also try to send them the extra materials as well as introduce to them the opportunities to speak with foreigners so that they can become more confident in their speaking English. If there is anything I can do to share for my students to help them improve their English, I would not hesitate to share them all. You know, I have a short hair right now, but before that, I cut my hair twice and donate them to the victim cancer. Even though it's a small gesture, but I believe that mean a lot to them. I currently support an orphan student, even though this amount is small, but I believe that it can help her get a breakfast before she goes to school. As long as we try, we can turn what seems ordinary to others into something significant that may change somebody's life. We may not bring everything with us on the day we die, but we can do one thing. That is to share the legacy of kindness, of compassion, and generosity so that we can help others, not just the beneficiaries, but people around us to learn from our actions and to give it back. So sharing, even though a small action, but can create significant impacts that last a lifetime. Thank you.
Này các bạn, có bao giờ trong quá trình các bạn theo đuổi đam mê của mình cũng như là theo đuổi dòng nhạc mà mình yêu thích mà các bạn đã gặp phải những sự cản trở, những lời khuyên, những lời cấm đoán từ chính cha mẹ, bạn bè, thầy cô và cả gia đình?